On September 1, 2026, Sony issued a notice to PlayStation users across Europe and the UK regarding the permanent removal of 551 movies from their digital libraries. Studio Canal, headquartered here in Paris, distributed these titles, films that users had paid full retail prices to possess under the standard expectation of ownership. The removal included no offer of refunds, no provision of store credits, and no window for users to download local copies of their files. The content simply vanished. This mass deletion represents a deliberate feature of the digital economy. In a digital transaction, the financial transfer is permanent, while the product delivery remains strictly conditional. Your money is gone forever. Your movie is yours until the provider decides otherwise. Every major storefront, Apple, Amazon, Google, and Xbox, operates on this same architecture of revocable access. The buy button functions as a marketing promise that collapses when confronted with the legal reality of a temporary license. Platforms employ the word buy because it triggers the psychological security of permanent ownership. Consumers spend more on assets they believe they keep than on services they know they rent. The interface is a carefully maintained fiction, designed to hide the complex and fragile legal chain that actually governs your access. Digital rights management, or DRM, is the technology that allows a platform to remotely lock your content. It creates a continuous tether between your device and a corporate server. While you see a direct connection between yourself and the platform, the reality is a multi-link chain of permissions. The platform's right to host the movie depends on a contract with a distributor, who in turn holds a license from the original studio or rights holder. These distribution contracts have fixed end dates. When the agreement between the studio and distributor expires, the legal permission to serve that content evaporates. The break triggers a total cascade failure. Because the platform no longer holds the rights from the distributor, it loses the legal authority to provide you with the file. The DRM system then executes its primary function, locking your library because the underlying permissions have been revoked. Your digital library is only as stable as the most temporary corporate contract in that chain. This pattern of loss is well documented. In 2020, Google discontinued Google Play Music, resulting in the total loss of purchased libraries for users who failed to migrate their data within a specific corporate window. Microsoft followed a similar path in 2017, shutting down Groove Music and funneling its customers towards Spotify, shifting them from a model of ownership to a model of monthly subscription. This strategy of retaining corporate control has now expanded from digital files into the world of physical hardware. HP's Instant Ink program utilizes the Wi-Fi connection in your printer to remotely disable physical ink cartridges if a subscription is canceled, rendering the hardware in your possession useless. Automotive manufacturers like BMW and Toyota have begun locking physical features already installed in the vehicle, such as heated seats or remote start, behind software-controlled paywalls. Software acts as a permanent gatekeeper. It allows corporations to maintain authority over the functionality of objects you have already paid for. We are witnessing a deliberate transition away from consumer ownership toward a future of universal, revocable leasing. Companies continue to use the language of buying because it allows them to capture the high margins of an asset sale without the legal obligations of a transfer of ownership. Many consumers are returning to physical media as a tangible insurance policy against server-side deletions and expiring licenses. Digital alternatives like GOG and Bandcamp offer a different path by providing DRM-free files. These platforms allow you to download a standalone copy that remains functional regardless of the company's future. Legislators are beginning to scrutinize these practices. The right to repair movement is successfully pushing for laws that limit proprietary software locks, while advocacy groups are demanding that platforms accurately label digital transactions as licenses rather than purchases. While the current system is designed to favor the platform, the growing demand for transparency is beginning to challenge the dominance of the buy button. You can assess your own digital exposure by asking 3 questions. Can I download the file? Can I use it without a specific app? Can I access it while offline? If the answer is no, you are paying a purchase price for a rental service. Protecting yourself starts with recognizing the lie in the interface. When you click buy, you should understand exactly what rights you are and are not acquiring.